I had a complication from my epidural. I had this obsessive feeling of bringing my child into this evil world. Exclusive breastfeeding is a lot of work. For me, I feel like it's easier. I tell myself I'm dieting, I'm just fooling myself. No, I'm not going to sit down and be depressed about my body. No, I'm going to show up and show off. Not as if I had flat tummy before, let's not lie. But you know, see, I can't come and kill myself. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Maddie here. If you see my face for the first time, I am Maddie. I do fashion, lifestyle and travel content. I'm a first-time mom and I'm just navigating my way through this phase, so I am sharing my experiences here. So do like my video and subscribe as well. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and also do like and comment. Okay, I didn't post any video last week. That was not intentional. I wanted to actually do a normal vlog last week, but there was really nothing happening in my life. I felt like that vlog would have been so boring, so that just, you know, the week went by really fast and I didn't post anything. But I kept on doing shorts, so if you are subscribed, you would have been noticing that I've been posting shorts, which is why you should subscribe. I'm trying new things now. I'm doing cooking, a lot of cooking, so I'm going to be sharing all the new recipes I discover, so do well to subscribe. I want to share today what I've been going through since having my baby. Okay, so since the baby arrived, a lot of things has happened. I've been through a lot myself. I've been through so much. I've been through so much growth. Becoming a mother involves a lot of growing, which I have been doing by grace of God. And we've also been growing as a family as well, so we're just also happy. But I'm really happy to share my experience so far. We are 4 weeks sorry, we are 4 months now, so I think I have a lot to share. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So when I had my baby, he had jaundice, so we had to stay back in the hospital for a couple of days. So I'm going to tell you guys how it all happened. So when he was born, he wasn't jaundiced at birth. So I myself had a complication. Okay, I had a complication from my epidural. So what happened with my epidural was, they were normally, it's one of the major complications of epidural. That was what happened to me. Okay, I was quite unlucky. The normal thing with epidural is they're supposed to inject it before the interthecal space. If you google that, you understand what the interthecal space is. Okay, they're supposed to inject it before the interthecal space. Is like the film before the interthecal space is where they put it. Okay, this is like everything I'm talking about is like the spinal cord, the surrounding of the spinal cord. There's a fluid in the spinal cord that is called cerebrospinal fluid, and there's a film covering that fluid, and there's another film covering that film that is covering the fluid. Okay, normally if you're getting an epidural, they put the injection into the film, like the film that covers the film that covers the fluid. Okay, the middle is where they inject the medication. Incidents where instead of just stopping there, they push further and get into the spinal space. Okay, now that is where the problem is. Now normally you do get spinal injection, which is when they inject into the spinal space, but the needle used in those cases are like small needles. Okay, the reason why they use very small needles there is because they don't want a situation where if they bring out the needle, the fluid there will be leaking. So the needle is so small that when they bring it out, no fluid leaks afterwards. Okay, but the needle used in epidural are quite large, so if it gets into that space, the fluid will be leaking out. That is, the cerebrospinal fluid will be leaking out. Now that was what happened in my case. So they injected the medication and it passed through into the cerebrospinal fluid, and which was not supposed to be, and the fluid started leaking. Now that fluid kind of suspends your brain. It's like a cushion around it. When that fluid leaks, you get really severe headache. Okay, it doesn't happen immediately, but you know, once it starts leaking, you get really severe bad headache. So that was what happened in my case. So the doctor that was giving me the medication said, oh, I didn't position well, but I don't think that was a good excuse, because I had a very big bump. Usually you get skilled people to do it, because with my bump I cannot bend further than what I did. But anyway, that is all gone now. But this was my experience, and this was the only bad experience I had with my childbirth. So they got into that space. A day after, the epidural worked really fine. Like, if you watch my birth vlog, you'll get what I mean. The epidural worked really well. But a day after I had my baby, the headache started. It was really bad. Like, you know, when you're a healthcare professional, you explain things to people because you know what it is theoretically, but you have to feel things to actually understand it. Like that pain, yeah, I've explained it to people before, but I never really knew how bad it was. I couldn't lift my head up. Like, I was like this, I couldn't lift my head up, and if I lift my head up, I can't bring it down. It was bad, and I was struggling to breastfeed my baby, and it got really, like, that was a very bad experience for me. So because of that, I was contemplating whether I should go back into the theater and get that repaired. So when that happens, usually sometimes you have to go back into the theater, and they'll put a blood into that. They'll get blood from your vein, put it there, just, you know, trying to seal that area. Okay, they inject the blood into that area, and when the blood clots, it forms like a seal around to stop the leaking of that fluid. Now that is also done in the theater. I was contemplating, should I go there? My husband thought I was like, he wouldn't want me to go through that because of what I've been through so far. He doesn't, because now that treatment is a 50-50. There are chances that they can still make that same mistake again, because obviously they are trying to go into there. And another problem with that is that they have to get exactly where the needle went the first time and go like through there. Like, it's just a very, you know, tricky procedure. So my husband was like, he doesn't really want me to do it. He tried to call some of his colleagues from Nigeria and get their insights on, you know, what to do, and they were like, if you're not comfortable, don't do it. The pain usually goes away, but at the same time, the pain goes away, but sometimes it lingers really long. So we are stuck between, should I like deal with the pain or get that done? So because of that, we stayed in the hospital for more than we planned to. We would have left the second day, but because of that incident, we were contemplating, should we do it, should we not do it. We stayed in the hospital for the third day. So on the third day, we decided, like, okay, let's just go home. The pain was big. I was beginning to manage the pain a bit better than it was in the first few days. So I was like, okay, let's go home. So before we're about to leave, my husband noticed that my baby's eyes became really yellowy. You know, because normally on the second day, he said he started noticing a bit of yellow pigmentation in his eyes. Me myself, I was in a lot of pain, so I didn't really know what was going on, but my husband was like in charge of everything at that time. So it was like he started noticing. So he called them, and they do a jaundice test on the baby before they discharge us, but I think they do it on the third day. Okay, but because my husband complained on the second day, they did it earlier than they would have done it. So on the third day that they were discharging us, he noticed that the yellow pigmentation was now more. So he went to them and was like, he was like, oh, we already did it, it's fine. You know, they were trying to be dismissive. My husband was like, no, I know what I'm saying, and I want you guys to carry out this test again. So they came to do it. So after doing it, they realized that the bilirubin level, which is the end product of blood breakdown, hemoglobin breakdown. Okay, what happens is that babies, their livers are not are not strong yet. So some babies are able to like flush the little breakdown of red blood cells. Some babies struggle with it. The cause is not really known yet, but it could be pathological or physiological. Now, pathological is if there's a disease condition. Let's say the liver is not good. Let's say the liver was not properly developed, and then that would happen. That would be pathological, right? But physiological, nobody really knows. It just happens in some babies. My babies, the way they differentiate it is pathological really happens like at birth. You notice the baby is jaundiced at birth, but physiological is something that happens over a period of time. Like 2 days later, you notice it. Okay, so my babies was physiological, so they couldn't tell why it was happening, but it was just happening. So when they noticed that the level has gone high to treatment level, they had to readmit us and put my baby under light. It was actually so bad that we had to actually go under the light. We actually stayed under that blue light for like 48 hours, and then they checked it again. I felt so bad for my baby, because he had to just be on. I could imagine what it's like lying under that blue ray and for like the whole night. It would be so uncomfortable, so he had to be there. So we did it for 48 hours, after which we did it. He came down a bit, so they discharged us, and he went up again, so we had to go back to the hospital. So we actually stayed like 7 days in the hospital. Within that 7 days, my pain, the epidural pain, subsided. Like, I don't know how that happened, because they gave me 3 months for the pain to go, but it actually went in a week. Okay, I don't know how that happened, but all I can say is I'm just grateful to God, because that was a huge testimony for me in one way, because I feel like God knew that I had no help, because my mom didn't come. My mom was in the process of getting her visa, and then her mom, that's my grandmom, got really sick, and she started getting worried. She was like, she doesn't think it's safe for her to come because she doesn't know what's gonna happen, because my grandma is quite old and she was getting really sick. Okay, so she was contemplating to come or not to come. So I noticed that she was really stressing out, because normally my mom would be excited to come and see me and spend some time with me, but I wasn't seeing that excitement in her. I felt like there was something not right. So I spoke to her and she was like, yeah, but she doesn't want to tell me outright because she doesn't want me to feel bad, considering that I'm in this country alone. She doesn't know how I'm going to manage. So I was like, it's fine, I'm going to find a way. So I spoke to a couple of my colleagues that I know that did it on their own with no help, and they kind of reassured me. So my mom and dad, they were just praying for me, because they were so worried. I'm the last born in my house, so they were so worried that me having to do this on my own, they didn't know how I was going to cope. But so that epidural pain was something. So, and the funny part of this whole story I'm telling you now is that a week to my childbirth, a week to when I gave birth to my baby, my grandma passed. So you could imagine if my mom had come and then been here, like maybe as she's landing, my grandma passed. So she's not really going to be here with me, because she's going to be like, she should be home, with her siblings mourning, my grandma, rather than being here, and it wouldn't have been a very good experience for both of us. So at the end of the day, I think everything happened according to the will of God. So my mom didn't come. So you can understand why the epidural pain was a big deal for me, because it was just me, my husband, and the baby. And my husband had only 2 weeks off work. So in the UK, they give 2 weeks paternity leave, which is what my husband took, and he had to return to work after 2 weeks. So imagine if that pain didn't subside, how would I have managed? That was my first week experience. It was terrible, but God came through for us. So the jaundice as well, after we left the hospital, it started dropping, and they even gave us 3 months for the jaundice to totally clear, because of how bad it was in the beginning. But it didn't. I think after 1 month, my baby's eyes cleared. Like now his eyes are like crystal white, and it actually cleared at like after 1 month it cleared. So I'm just really grateful. A lot of things happened, but God always came through for us. So after the 1 week we spent in the hospital, when we got back home, I just noticed that I became very unsettled. I had this obsessive feeling of bringing my child into this evil world. Like I was just like, so one day my baby is going to be out there in the wicked world, and people are going to be mean to him, and I can't really do anything because I wouldn't be there to, he's not going to be a baby anymore. He's going to be a man of his own. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like I was just having this really worrying thoughts of, how is my baby going to like manage in this mean world? It was just so consistent. Like I knew something was not right. I know, like normally I shouldn't really worry that much about it. Like the way God has made it, I don't think it's normal for me to be worrying that much. So it became too much. Like I told my husband, like, I don't think I'm okay. I feel like I'm really worried about my baby. Anytime I felt that way, if I carried him, I feel better. So I was always carrying him, which is why like people were telling me, oh, don't carry him too much. They didn't really understand it. There was a post I made and I was like, I carry my baby because I need my baby as much as he needs me. That was my experience. I was really feeling this fear of, oh, one day he's going to go to school and maybe someone's going to say something mean to him and I can't be there to defend him. I texted some of my friends. I was like, I didn't really tell them what I was going through, but I was like, I think I need help at home. What I really wanted was, just give me a sec. I called my best friend. I was like, if you want to come, this is the right time. I think I need someone around the house to just keep me company. So she came and she spent like 4 days with me. That really helped me. Mimi also came. Esther came. Mimi also came and spent like I think a day or two, and yeah, so it was really nice. I feel like having people around really helped me, get over that. So after a period of time, that feeling just went away, and I, started feeling myself again. When I started feeling myself again, I started trying to like put things together. Like I started planning for my driving lesson. I just wanted to start doing things that takes me out of the house, so I'm not always at home, and I have things to look forward to. So I started my driving lesson, which I'm still doing now, and I started going on TikTok. I wanted to grow my TikTok account so I can be doing like content creation, because obviously I won't be doing anything at home. And also I started my YouTube. I started filming for my YouTube. I just started getting myself busy, and that really helped me. So I feel like if you're going through that phase, the best thing you can do for yourself is just get busy. Like, just do something for yourself, whatever you enjoy doing. For myself, I like recording, I like making videos, I like dancing in front of camera. So these are things I love, so I just started doing them. I love my friends as well. If you don't have friends that you can call to come and see you, just look for something that you really enjoy doing. I don't know, whatever it is, just do it. I'm sure there's something you enjoy doing. I also started taking a walk with the baby. Like in the evening, I'll just take him out when it's not too cold. We'll go out, we have a walk, and then we come back. So yeah, that was how I managed. So right now I'm absolutely fine. In fact, I think I'm even overworking. Like, I'm doing a lot now. I joined affiliate marketing on TikTok, which is actually doing very well. Like, I'm receiving a lot of PR packages from brands on TikTok, which is impressive. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of things now. So sometimes they send me PR package and I have a deadline to actually make that post. So I have things that are taking my mind away from being at home and worrying. I find ways to soothe him when he's crying. Like right now, I'm filming a face video, so I can actually carry him and he's not going to like disturb my video, and he'll be calm when his dad is working. So if dad was here, he'll carry him, but since dad is not here, I still have to film because I really want to post this week. So I have to film, so I will have to work around it. Also, my birthday is coming up. I'm really excited about that as well. Hopefully I would have a vlog, like a proper vlog that would come up here. First vlog of the year will probably be my birthday vlog, which I'm quite excited about. And I take a break when I need to. Like, I'm not under any pressure, okay? So I take a break. As much as I want to take this thing serious, my health also comes first. So if I'm feeling like I need to rest, I will take a break. See, people are always saying that exclusive breastfeeding is a lot of work. For me, I feel like it's easier. Maybe because that's all I know. Maybe. But I feel like if I have to wake up in the night to stand up and mix milk with warm water and breastfeeding, I'll be really stressed than just putting myself in a better position, putting him on my breast and giving him. Do you get what I mean? I feel like I'll be stressed to stand up and start mixing milk. And again, I'm not really always leaving the house. I have a breast pump as well. If I'm going for my driving lesson, I pump and I give his dad. Do you understand what I mean? So I'm not even pumping as much. I think when he was born, I was pumping as much because of the jaundice. But immediately the jaundice resolved, the midwives advised me to stop pumping. So I stopped, and we've been really fine. My baby has doubled his weight like since. We're absolutely fine. He's growing fine. I really, honestly speaking, maybe because I don't know what it feels like to, but I feel like washing bottle, sterilizing it, keeping it in order, ensuring it is sterile so my baby doesn't get infection from food, I feel like that would be a lot of work for me. I don't know what you think. I don't know how you guys see, but I feel like that would be a lot of work for me. So because I know a lot of women, I'm not talking about the ones who cannot. Like, yes, if you cannot breastfeed, that's fine. But if you can breastfeed, I know a lot of women who can breastfeed and they say it's more stressful to actually exclusively breastfeed. And I'm not working. If I'm working, then maybe I'll get it, okay? Because if I go to work, I can't do that. But I'm not. If you're not working and you say it's stressful, I really want to actually understand what you mean. Maybe there's something I'm missing. But the thought of washing bottles, even when I was pumping and feeding, it was a lot of work for me to wash my breast pump every time I use it, and like it was a lot of work. It was like an added work to the work I already have. So now that I just give him through the breast and he's happy, I'm happy, to be honest. But I don't know, Sha. In my word, I feel like exclusive breastfeeding is easier. In my world, I feel like it's easier. But yeah, that's what we are doing. So because of I'm exclusively breastfeeding, I'm putting on weight. But I haven't actually passed my pregnancy weight. In fact, I dropped my pregnancy weight by 2. Okay, so I haven't increased more than that. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like I should actually drop more now, but I can't because I'm hungry. Like I dey hunger. I'm really hungry, and when I'm hungry, I eat. You get, because I need to breastfeed. So yeah, I get really hungry and I need to eat. So that's the thing. I don't really think I can. If I tell myself I'm dieting, I'm just fooling myself. I can't even start thinking, okay, I don't want to eat carbs now, let me look for something. I don't have that luxury of time and energy to start sourcing non-carb diets and you know all those things. I don't have that luxury of time. So when I finish breastfeeding, by God's grace, I will be able to get back in shape. But for now, pardon me, I'm gonna be wearing my jumper and waist trainer anytime you're gonna see me on anything bodycon, I will tie my tummy by myself, and then whenever I don't have to tie my tummy, jumper, here we come. See, I can't come and kill myself. But anyways, that's what it is. You know, you have to actually feel good in your body. Talking about the body, now let's get into it. At some point I started having this feeling of, oh, I'm not pretty enough anymore because my boobs are now too big for my body. You know, my tummy, is it ever gonna go like as flat as it was? It's not as if I had flat tummy before, let's not lie. But you know, is it going to actually go back to the way it was? But yeah, I started feeling a bit, but that was why, okay, when I started TikTok affiliate marketing, I was just doing household things, but I wanted to go into fashion. I was like, I don't really feel myself anymore. Normally, I'm a fashion person, obviously, you know that. But I didn't want to go there because I didn't want to be struggling with what to wear. But I was like, no, I'm not going to be that girl that deprives herself of things she loves to do just because she had a baby. No, I am going to live through whatever phase of life I am in. I'm not going to deprive myself of anything. Okay, that was when I now started, okay, I'm going to wear clothes that fits my body, my current body, until I can wear the clothes that used to fit my old body. Okay, so now I have a lot of jumpers, cute ones, okay, and I'm going to wear them. Also, if I want to wear bodycon, I have waist trainers, I have body shapers. I wear them, I shape my body, and I turn up. The only problem I have with those things is that when I want to breastfeed, I struggle. So what I do is, if we are going out on a fancy date or whatever, I really need to like show up, you know. Hi, Papa, I'm here. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm almost done. So if we're going on a fancy dinner and I have to like stay cute and slay, I pump and put. It's okay now. It's okay. It's okay. He really wants to be in this video so bad. So if I'm going for a dinner video, if I'm going for a dinner date and I really need to show up like and slay, I pump. Okay, I pump extra and put in the bag, and then we go. So when he's hungry, I give him the bottle and feed him. It's like making it work for me. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so no, I'm not going to sit down and be depressed about my body. No, I'm going to show up and show off the way I am. Okay, and yeah, that's it really. That's how we've been coping. And I'm really sorry that I didn't post a video last week. I really, as much as I can, want to be consistent. I want to grow this channel. I want to get at least 1,000 subscribers at least, and then I'm going to get my watch time. But yeah, you guys, please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. I really want to get my channel to 1,000. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Just click that button and you are subscribed. Also, please share my videos to your friends. Tell them about me. Tell them to please subscribe. I'm on a mission to 1,000 subscribers, so please help me get there. Thank you so much for watching this video to this extent. Don't forget to subscribe before clicking off, okay? And yes, like my video as well. When you like the videos, YouTube pushes it to, you know, bigger audience, which is what I'm looking for. So please just like my video and subscribe, and you know, drop a heart for me if you have nothing to say in the comment section. Just drop a heart for me and I would, you know, heart you back. Okay, so yes, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and that's it for today. Okay, stay tuned. My birthday vlog is coming up, and you know I deliver on birthday vlogs, and this one is mine. You know I will deliver. Okay, I'm also going to be dropping my first haul of the year, so we have a lot of things coming up. Do subscribe to my channel and you will get exclusive invites to these videos. I love you so much and thank you for watching.